Ow. What's up, everyone? Punchy back with Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 3, to Higurashi. I had a bit of a break, because I don't know if you could tell, but, sometimes I just start talking really fast, and I just, end up out of breath. Like the last one, I was so intrigued with what was happening, I was just going for it, and I was actually out of breath, but kind of by the time that I finished, because I don't know, maybe just out of shape? I don't know. Anyway, last time, speaking about it, we had an interesting incident between Rena and Mion, where Rena was going a little crazy, because we asked about what happened to Satoshi. And her eyes got, curse form on us, the soul left. But, I guess according to Mion, who actually told Punchy that Rena claims that she's fallen under Oishiro-sama's curse before. Which is bananas. The fact that Mion and Rena were the ones informing us of everything that's happened. It's crazy. But we're not allowed to talk about it again, obviously. Or else Mion will not be our friend anymore, and pretty sure we would be murdered. Very fast and very effectively. And there were just a lot of things happening. Go watch it if you haven't. And we got tips because we just finished the episode. So let's see them. Now so this is what Shion looks like in the Steam sprite. It's interesting. It's similar. It's kind of similar to what she's wearing, just not exactly. Also last time, check it out, Shion got mad at us. Why, you ask? Well, why don't you go find out? Shion-san, why don't you help out a little? Are you asking a girl to carry something heavy? This is why you still haven't found a nice lady at your age, coach. Rough. Well, you see, at times like these, here's what people say. It's none of your business. Ooh. He was loading the station wagon with heaps of equipment we'd use for today's barbecue meeting. All the fathers and sons who had helped were starting to get on their way. Alright. So, Shion-san, why did you come all the way here? If you rode here on your bike, I can give you a lift. Interesting, Punchy is not in this exchange, it seems like. I did, but I'll be fine riding back. I appreciate your consideration. I was glad you came today. Things don't quite fit together without the manager here. Am I still the manager? I've been shirking my duties for an entire year, so maybe you should just fire such an incompetent manager already. Alright, if you say you want to quit, then I'll fire you whenever you want. Grrr, that's not fair. Let me go soon, please. Every time I don't show up at a game, I get an annoying phone call, and I can't stand those. If you were more honest with yourself, Shion-chan, you'd be far cuter. Your father is so sad. Where did he go so wrong as to deserve such a rebellious daughter? Oh, perhaps if your father catches you in a big loving embrace, you'll open your eyes? Well then, don't mind if I do. Come here. Coach was fooling around with all his might, but Shion just smiled into the distance without responding. Nothing's changed. You're still a weirdo, Coach, and everyone's still lively as ever. Even though Satoshi-kun isn't here. Is that what you wanted to say? He'll come home. I'm sure of it. He has someone waiting for him. Say whatever you want. He sure is cruel, isn't he? Going off to who knows where, leaving such a cute girlfriend behind. Yes, we were right. You guys are probably going to say something about it. Although you guys don't really like spoiling anything, so maybe you won't. But yeah, I was right. It is like this kind of reaction one would get. Although Rena had a similar-ish reaction, but I think more so to the Oyashiro because of Oyashiro's Kama's curse and how it's affected her. But we were right. Huh? Girlfriend? Who? Huh? Jeez, quit laughing already. Coach. Got you, Shion. Coach bent over and laughed heartily for a while. We'll see each other again. Please come and root for us once in a while, okay? If I feel like it. I have no desire to be the manager anymore, after all. That's fine. If you don't like it, I'll fire you. I'm not the kind of person who likes forcing people to do things against their will. Grr. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. You win this round. If I feel like it, I'll come root for you, so for today, just be patient. Whoops, that time already. It's past time to return all this. I'm already making them wait for me. I'll be leaving for today, then. Let's meet again at the next game. Yes, if I feel like it. Goodbye, Coach. Interesting exchange, but we guessed it already. Huh. I wonder if there was someone before Satoshi that maybe Mion and Shion liked, because, just throwing this out here, first Satoshi and then Punchy, things don't really go well for the love interests of the Sonozaki siblings. The autopsy suggests the victim was killed in the following manner. Entire body bound in restraints. Traces left behind from when the body seemed to have been bound, indicating usage of a specific restraining table rather than a rope or another common method. Finger joints on either hand appear to have bound especially tightly. Highly likely that the table was either specifically made or homemade, given this information. Oh wait, finger joints bound. Oof. Both ears and nose severed with a sharp blade. Traces of the restraint and other things seem to suggest there was at least one more other than the one who severed these body parts holding down the victim's head. Possibly, multiple blades were used, with one of them most likely being scissors or shears. We know that trademark, don't we? 5 nails, penetrating fingers on each hand. 1 long nail stuck in each joint of each finger on each hand, for a total of 30. The deceased fingers were nailed to wooden planks 20 square centimeters large. Extremely likely, these planks were part of the restraining table. In addition, it is likely that the table was originally designed for just such a purpose. 4. Abdomen incised, intestines removed. The incision in the abdomen is likely to have been a technique grounded in medical methodology. Why can't I say this? Jesus. Using a sharp blade. Estimated that there was still no threat to the victim's life at this stage. After this, the organs inside the incision were dismantled and removed. The victim likely died as a result of this process. Methodology. Is that right? I think I got it right. Body disposed. 5. Body disposed. After fastening a dumbbell to the victim's neck, using a commercial pet collar, the victim was likely abandoned in the Uiji River's third drain. Oh! This is from the very beginning, right? Judging by the dumbbell's weight, it's highly possible they would have needed at least 3 grown men to have disposed of the body. To Oishi-san. Here's a copy of the preliminary autopsy of the slaughtered corpse in the Uiji River. Chief Shigeharu sees this as having a possible relation to the S group. Oh, we know that S group. What are your thoughts, Oishi-san? Interesting. So this was the copy of the preliminary autopsy report. East, round 3. Looks like that's the parlor where the cops were at. Yep, we know that laugh. Well, we should by now. There it is, Ron. 3 Chun, 3 Dora, Mangun with 1500 extra. What? What's up with that? How do you have 3 Dora? You idiot. You're the one who flipped over another Condora when you knew Oishi-san was in Tenpai. That's what you get. Getting more Dora was the only thing I could do after revealing the Chun. You can't discard a Dora tile after Yukuhai is out. Oh, that was Oishi talking. Oishi grinned meaningfully as his buddies, swearing, began breaking down the walls and reforming them. By the way, Oishi-san, figure it out yet? What? Oh, the murdered body in the drainage channel. Any new clues come up? Yes, well, you are the one collecting the evidence. Here. I should have expected that. Who was the deceased? Rena Mamiya. Actual name is Noriko. Apparently, she worked for the Blue Mermaid, a hostess bar on the Shishibone Flower Road. Oh wow, that place, huh? A young leader of the Sonozakis owns it, yeah? Sonozaki? Whoops. So it's related to the S group. That mountain will be tough to scale. Rumors say the deceased had her hands in both drug dealing and money to be paid to the government. And on a pretty significant scale too, from what I've heard. A woman getting her hands on Yakuza tax money. Sounds like a man's behind it. Not a lot of women do that sort of thing themselves. Oh, man, when the cops are talking, I just can't tell which one's Oishi. Well, she's dead now. The dead can't have anything to do with it. About that, Oishi-san, her man's apparently alive. Alive? Then maybe he'll die soon. Vermin usually exterminate other vermin. I think we have a very nice self-cleansing system going on. Anyway, her man, it's, well, Teppei Hoju. Hoju? Who's that? Teppei Hoju, the husband of the housewife who was beaten to death last year in Hinozawa. I heard he disappeared after the incident, though. I get it. He was staying at his lover's place, huh? And so the Sonozakis grew even more suspicious. Where is he now? Oh wait. He was living in a woman's apartment. He must have thought she had abandoned him, so he began searching around shops and other gathering places. So, her man's alive. Teppei Hoju, the husband. So, Satoko's father. Interesting. Things are just getting a little... Things seem like they're kind of getting clearer because everyone's opening everything up to Punchy. So... And even us, like, we get a little bit of background information that Punchy doesn't know, but... I'm getting confused now. Morning, Punchy. My. Oh, this isn't Oishi. Mom, my, what time did you go to sleep? I did not sleep well last night at all. My mom could tell from a single glance. I had the worst dreams. Nightmares, very ominous dreams, one after the other, again and again. I woke up after each one, but could never even remember a fraction of what they had been about. But it was like those dreams were predicting something unpleasant. And I woke up in a terrible mood. Hey now, every day has been calm and fun before today, right? Those days should continue on, unchanging. And yet, anxiety was the only emotion growing within me. Why was that? Nightmares reflect your own anxiety. They show an uneasy mind, that which you wouldn't want to admit to normally. Yesterday, I remembered the ominous conversations about Satoshi I had with Shion, Mian, and Rena. Right. My mind felt like it was in a black fog, because we had talked about that. If I'd lived every day without causing a fuss, my reward would be ever more peaceful days. I understood that, so why did I cause such discord? But now that I thought about it calmly, a simple verbal slip on my part couldn't possibly change the world. Yeah. As long as I'm sorry for doing it and never talk about it again, there's nothing that anyone can blame me for, right? Besides, how would my fate possibly change just because I talked about it? Nothing was going to change. Yeah, nothing would change. Nothing would change. Nothing would change. Oh, Punchy. That's a creepy smile. If you're still half asleep, then go wash your face. I'd finally cheered up enough to smile, and Mom slapped me right back down. Now I was irritated again. There wasn't much time left because I had to meet up with Rena. I frantically started to get ready to go to school. Have a good day. Watch out for cars. There's barely any cars to watch out for. I like how Mom tells us to watch out for cars now, because of what happened in the first one. If I remember correctly. I might not. Oh yeah, like, it clipped Punchy, I think, right? In Mazawa, anyway. So gotta watch out for them. I dashed out the front door. The morning air was far more refreshing than water on my face. That's right, Punchy Maribara. If you're sorry enough about it and reflect on your mistakes, that's enough. Now let's pull yourself together and get to school, and return to fun, enjoyable days, where everyone laughs, plays, and just has a good time. I'll be nice to Satoko as an apology too. Yeah, was I supposed to be her Nini until Satoshi got back? Good morning, Punchy-kun. Rena too looked nothing like she had yesterday when she said that weird stuff. If I could only forget, then I could still act like nothing had happened. So I called out to her with all the energy I could muster. Hey! Morning, Rena! Early as usual today. Oh, okay, that's off with exchange. Morning. Good morning. There was little time before the same old morning homeroom began, but Satoko and Rika-chan were unusually absent. Maybe they went to play somewhere? However, looking over and seeing none of their things, so it looked like they really hadn't come to school. We didn't even do anything and things are already happening. They're almost never late. Rena seemed to be enjoying herself thinking about what their excuse for being late would be. Mean said something nonsensical as well, imagining how funny the reason they were late must have been. I had only come to school to see their energetic faces, since I figured it would get rid of these feelings I have. But the load on my chest remained where it was. It wasn't very pleasant at all. Good morning, everyone. President, if you would. Everybody stand up. Our teacher finally arrived. Then, finally, I heard the pitter-patter of footsteps running down the hall. Clatter. Rika-chan was the first to run through the open door. And then Satoko. Didn't come. You're late, Furude-san. Where's Hoju-san? It was unusual for Rika-chan to be late, but equally unusual for Satoko, a ball of energy, to be absent at all. Everyone's eyes were wide at this series of strange events. Satoko might be a little late. Has she come down with something? The teacher walked over to Rika and they started talking in hushed tones. Rika-chan's late and Satoko is absent. I guess crazy things can happen. You're right. But I wonder what happened to Satoko-chan. Is she sick? Why now, when I wanted most to see Satoko's energetic face? The unease that had been building since last night tightened within my chest. Punchy-chan, you worry too much. Sometimes girls of her age can't help but stay home sick. Coo. Punchy-chan, you're not supposed to say that around boys. Mien laughed indecently. Normally I would laugh along with her, but right now, I just didn't feel like it. Homeroom ended, and we wanted to talk to Rika-chan in the short time we had before first period started. Hey Rika-chan, you look so sad, so very sad when getting yelled at for being late. I'll make sure to pet you today. I was very aware of my gloom this morning, so I strove to keep my tone cheerful. I petted Rika-chan's head the same way she always did, but she didn't cheer up at all. Meep. What happened to Satoko? Did she get sick? For instance, she got a fever from playing around too much yesterday. If that had been her response, I would have accepted it in a flash. But the atmosphere around Rika-chan felt somehow heavy. It was a little weird, and actually made my unease worse. Hey, come on. There's certain things you can't talk to boys about. Punchy-chan, back to your seat. Mian, acting just like a club president, pulled me back to my chair. Rika-chan's gaze immediately fell back on her desk, and she hung her head gloomily. Rika-chan had said something odd, that Satoko might be a little bit late. They were living together, weren't they? Then she would have known for sure. She would have said might. I didn't understand why she was absent, and that made me all the more anxious. Damn it, what's going on today? It's like we started off on the wrong foot, and it wasn't going to get any better. What's the matter, Punchy-kun? You seem pretty down this morning. Rena noticed how I looked and whispered to me while the teacher wasn't looking. Do I really seem that way? Yeah, even Rena's starting to feel down just looking at you. I thought of jokingly saying, then don't look at me, but I didn't even feel like doing that. Is it something you can tell Rena? I don't know what you're worried about, but if I can, then you can tell me, okay? I won't tease you. Rena said this, looking me straight in the eye. Until yesterday, nothing strange had happened, and it was a lot of fun. Huh? Rena's eyes widened for a moment, not understanding what I meant, but she remained silent and listened. It was peaceful and fun. Every day was lively. I never had any doubt things would stay that way forever. Yeah, you're right. Every day is fun. I'm sure today will be too. You're sure? How do you know? Well... Rena, feeling perplexed, couldn't think of something to say. I didn't blame her. What I was trying to say seemed a little confusing, even to me. When I think about it, I've been anxious lately. Like maybe, since every day is fun, one day, all of a sudden, it will get really dark, like a light bulb turned off. Yeah, Rena kind of understands how you feel. Rena nodded gently. Will Rena be our ally again? Like last chapter? I wonder. It's getting to me, the repeating thing. We've always been taught that it wouldn't only be good things happening to us. Sometimes I'm scared of what's going on behind the fun. It's a little bit sad, but because of that, we learned how to do our best to make sure that the fun never stops. I see. So it's not a bad thing that you think our fun lives might not go on forever, Punchy-kun. Kind of like if suddenly there was a volcanic eruption tomorrow and everyone died. Hey, wait, that's terrible. If you were the only one who survived the catastrophe, Punchy-kun, how would you feel? How would I... Oh, is this like a... kind of like a thing about maybe Satoko? Because she's all alone now? I imagine myself being that sole survivor in the ruins of Hinamizawa. Rubble and the bodies of friends lying in heaps at my feet. Such an abhorrent sight. Was it sadder that all my friends had died? Or was it sadder that I couldn't have died with them? I didn't know which, but I probably cried a lot. It'd probably break my heart. First, I think I'd cry. And then maybe you wouldn't think this. And then maybe you would think this. If this was my destiny, then I should have made sure every day before this was such a fun day as possible, so I had no regrets. I didn't want to consider such a horrible event to be my destiny. You should. It's written. But I probably would think that. The fun times will end one day, and nobody knows when they will. It makes sense to live each day to the fullest, so that if it does happen tomorrow, you don't regret anything. Yeah. It's really hard to think like that. A lot of people take their everyday happiness for granted. They think tomorrow will be the same as today, so they leave things they could do today for tomorrow. They leave the kindness they could have shown today until tomorrow. Rena was unusually cheerful and silly, but right now she wasn't like that at all. She was taking my troubles seriously. It was a little reassuring. But Punchy-kun, you realized it. I think that's a wonderful thing. So that unease you have, I think you should keep it close to your heart. Keep my unease close? Yes. Everyone might die tomorrow in a big catastrophe. So you should be really nice to everyone today. So when the end really does come, you don't regret it. These are some actually pretty wise words from Rena, that like real advice that I could take to heart. Do you do that, Rena? Live like you would have no regrets if everyone died tomorrow? Yep. It was such a hyperbolic conversation, but Rena just gave me a nonchalant nod of her head. Rena knows what it's like for fun times to end overnight. She knows there's no proof tomorrow will be fun, even if today is. I'm living life to the fullest. As you should, Rena. And today we'll stop there. I know it's the middle of conversation, but we've got more to record anyway today, because we are going to record to the fullest today. So yeah. Anyway, this one's been a little calmer, but there's a mystery going around now. It'll be interesting to see what exactly Satoko is. Well, what happened to her? Which I should assume be next episode. Yeah, and look forward to that, guys. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.